Prince Harry's recent reception of the Pat Tillman Award at the 2024 ESPY Awards has sparked significant controversy and debate. This accolade, recognizing his decade of military service and the founding of the Invictus Games, was met with skepticism from various quarters, including Tillman's mother, Mary, who suggested that there were other recipients more deserving of the honor. Royal commentator Richard Kay addressed these concerns in a recent episode of the Palace Confidential podcast. Speaking with host Joe Elvin, Kay explored the implications of Prince Harry's award and his perceived lack of direction since stepping away from royal duties. Kay argued that Prince Harry's actions reflect a broader struggle to reconcile his new life with his past roles. "It kind of feels like it's been that way for the last 4 years," Kay noted. "He wanted to break away. He did break away. He turned his back on service, but he's sort of umbilically linked, if you like, still to that same cause because he needs to validate himself." Kay contended that Harry's ongoing association with military affairs appears to be a strategic move to maintain relevance and personal validation. "It seems to me the one way he can validate himself is through his military links, and no one is criticizing those," Kay added. "He was a brave soldier. He did 2 tours in Afghanistan, but nevertheless, the constant reminder of his military connection grates with a lot of people who can't get over the fact he chose to put financial gain and a break from royal tradition ahead of service." The criticism is not limited to Kay's commentary. An email from a veteran who attended the ESPY Awards, which was shared with Kinsey Schofield, voiced frustration over Harry's apparent disregard for the veterans present. The email detailed that while a group of veterans, including a Medal of Honor recipient, was seated separately from the main guests, Prince Harry did not take the opportunity to meet them. The email read, "Dear Kinsey, sending you this message since I don't have social media and wish to remain anonymous. There was a large group of veterans that were invited to this awards show as special guests. We sat together in the upper seats, separate from the main guests. I have to assume that Prince Harry knew we would be in attendance. I can't imagine ESPN not informing him. However, for whatever reason, Harry never stopped by to meet us. The veterans he so cares about were not important enough to spare a few minutes. Even the head of ESPN stopped by to greet the group before heading down to the main guest reception for nominees. Just so you know, a Medal of Honor recipient was part of the group invited. This is the group he ignored. I feel like we were used to legitimize his award, and to be honest, it was a wise publicity move on his part. Had I seen him, I don't think I would have held back in expressing my views. He only uses vets as props and to enrich himself. He likely knew there was a risk of someone saying something and couldn't risk it. He needed a perfectly choreographed showing." Critics argue that Harry's behavior reflects a broader issue, a disconnection from the principles of genuine service and respect. They claim that he fails to engage meaningfully with the causes he is associated with, and that his actions are often driven by self-interest rather than a true commitment to public service. Harry's approach to public appearances and his understanding of duty have been subjects of scrutiny. Critics assert that he appears to treat these roles with a level of detachment, failing to appreciate the nuances of protocol and the significance of his engagements. This perception of superficiality contributes to the view that he remains disengaged from the very causes he once championed.